RRSPs, TFSAs, FHSAs, there are so many accounts and strategies that can help you purchase your first home. But the big question would be, which account makes the most sense for you, and how can you take advantage of their benefits as a first-time home buyer? Let's go step by step. So by the end of this video, you know how to make this decision and get started to own your very first home. By the way, my name is LJ Aguinaga with LJ Realties here in Montreal. If you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or relocating to Montreal, or if you have any other questions about this incredible market, please feel free to reach out to me. All of my information is in the description down below, and we help at least 115 families buy or sell properties every single year. Okay, let's get started. First of all, let's explain what the three main accounts are, what the acronym stands for, and how each one works. RRSP, TFSA, and FHSA. Well, let's start off with the Registered Retirement Savings Plan. An RRSP is a plan that you can contribute to every single year. The maximum amount in 2024 is either 18% of your income or just over $31,500. And what happens when you contribute is that you're basically deferring the tax on this money, and you can let it generate income in a tax-free environment. The other thing that it does for you is you actually get a tax refund. So let's say you earned $100,000 that year and you contribute $18,000 to your RRSPs. What you're basically going to do is you're going to have reduced your taxable income by $18,000. So you're actually only going to pay taxes on $82,000. And you're going to basically put this money into savings to use at a later date. Now, one of the things you can actually do to purchase your first home with the RRSP is use the home buyer's plan. The way this works is that you can give yourself an interest-free loan that you have to repay in the 15 years that follow the actual withdrawal. You can take out up to $60,000 as of now from your RRSP, and you actually have 1 to 5 years where you don't have to pay anything. You can defer that prepayment period, which is really interesting. So you can actually have been contributing to this every single year, not have paid taxes on these funds, and give yourself a tax-free loan on that money, which is a really interesting strategy to use. Finally, the last thing you need to note about the RRSP is that you typically have until February 28th of the following calendar year to contribute to the previous taxes. So that means that for 2024 income taxes, you will have to contribute by February 28th of 2025, and you're going to get to use it to offset your 2024 taxes. All right, moving on, let's talk about the TFSA, or the tax-free savings account. Now, as the name says, you're basically using a tax-free vehicle in this case, and it's only tax-free because we're using after-tax dollars. So let me explain to this. This will not impact your income declaration. So let's say you made $100,000, you're going to have to pay taxes on that $100,000. But if you contributed, let's say $5,000 to your TFSA, if that money grows and that $5,000 over the next 15 years turns into $50,000, for example, well, you're not going to be taxed on that growth. So you essentially sheltered a $45,000 gain from the investments that you made. So that's what makes the TFSA very interesting. You do not get the tax break up front, but you do get it at a later date, which could be very, very interesting to you. Now, the TFSA, the way it works is you have a contribution limit annually that gets added on to the previous year. So it's usually somewhere between $5,000 and $7,000, depending on which government is in power. And you can start contributing from the age of 18. So if you didn't contribute from 18, 19, 20, 21, but you started contributing in 22, you'd be able to catch up on all those years that you didn't contribute to get to use those funds at a later date. Now, let's talk about the most recent product that was delivered. It's the FHSA, or the First Home Savings Account. Now, this product is really, really interesting for a first-time home buyer, and let me explain to you why. The way it works is different to the RRSP. You can contribute every calendar year, so make sure that you actually contribute before December 31st, and you have to make sure that you've opened the account to be able to contribute. So even if you don't plan on doing it yet, I recommend you open the account now, because if you have the account open, you can contribute for previous years, but if you don't have it open, you can't do that. And this is basically a combination of the two products. So when you do contribute to the FHSA, you're going to get the tax break. So again, same example, you make $100,000 a year, you contribute $8,000 because that's the maximum you can contribute per year. You're going to basically pay income taxes on $92,000, and you're going to get a refund for the difference. Okay. The next thing you need to know is that you can only contribute up to a maximum of $40,000. Now, obviously, it's going to take a few years to get there, but if the money grows beyond that $40,000, that's totally okay, because like the TFSA, any growth in the account is completely tax-free. So it's a combination of the two products, which is really cool in my opinion. The next thing you need to know is that you can only have the account for a maximum of 15 years. After that, you have to either use it to purchase a property, or you can roll it into your RRSPs. You also limited, you have to use this product by the age of 71. So if you are in the golden age or you're only 5-6 years away from that age, you can still use the FHSA, but know that by age 71, you're gonna have to roll it into your RRSPs. I really, really like this product for a first-time home buyer because it really has the best of both worlds. I'm really proud as a Canadian that they actually came out with this product because it's something that would have helped a lot of our clients over the last 16 years. And I'm happy to see that we're gonna be able to use it for our clients moving forward. Okay. Now, to qualify to use the home buyer's plan or the FHSA, you need to be a first-time home buyer as far as the government's concerned. And what this means is there's a couple criteria. You have to be a Canadian resident, you have to be at least 18 years of age, and you or your spouse must not have owned a property that you lived in the year of purchase or the 4 previous years. So if you owned a home 5 years ago, then you're gonna be okay. But if you own a home in the last year or two and you're trying to use it, you will not qualify as a first-time home buyer, and therefore you will not be able to use these programs. So please note that distinction. The moment you've all been waiting for. What would I do today if I was a first-time home buyer? How would I take the most advantage of these programs? Well, I would do this trickle-down effect that we've been taught. So I would contribute $8,000 to the FHSA, and I'm going to assume that you're in a 50% tax bracket to keep the numbers very, very simple, okay? So if I contribute $8,000 to the FHSA, I'm going to get a $4,000 tax refund. I would then contribute that $4,000 tax refund into the RRSP. After that, I'm going to get a $2,000 tax refund because both of those are going to be protected. I would then contribute that $2,000 into my TFSA. So all of a sudden, even though I only started with an $8,000 contribution, I'm actually going to have $14,000 working for me. And that's what we call the trickle-down effect by taking advantage of the 3 programs that are available to us. That is the best strategy as a first-time home buyer that you can use today. And obviously, if you can compound this over a couple of years, then you're only going to get even more benefits from it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful to you. If you have any more questions on how these programs work, please feel free to book a call with me. Reach out to me in the comments. It would be my pleasure to help you understand which one's the best for you. Obviously, every single buyer has a different situation and a different product that's going to make the most sense for them. But in my opinion, this is the way I would do it today. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you at the next video.